Here. Listen, lots of people have been asking me, Robbie, how have you managed to lose so much weight? And I feel so much better for it. And it has been a journey. But these two little things here, Optimum Day and Optimum Night, have really, really helped me on my weight loss journey. This Optimum Day, what it does, it helps you to curb your cravings. It really helps with your metabolism and just really just stabilizes things. And I swear by this, I absolutely swear by this. And then the Optimum Night, what this one does, I take these before I go to bed at night, helps you to have a much better, deeper sleep, makes you relax, makes you sleep, and makes your body recover. And these pills, I mean, listen, they're not magic pills, but they're all natural, and they have really, really helped me in my weight loss journey, and I really, really swear by them. So if you want to get your hands on these, scan the QR code in the description right now, or click the link down below, and you can get 70% off your first order with the Optimum Day and Optimum Night by Oxford Natural. As I said, these have been essential tools in my weight loss journey. Of course, there's no magic to it. You've got to eat less, you've got to go to the gym, you've got to do all those things. But these two have really, really helped me, and I recommend them very, very highly. So once again, if you want to get them and get 70% off your first order, all you've got to do is scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description, and you get 70% off your first order.
Hi and welcome back to AFTV. We are here for Arsenal versus Brentford. It's the starting 11 show. I got an elite panel as always. I got Marty on my left hand side. Hello. I got the Don, got Robbie on my right hand side, and Lee Judges in the building. Welcome everyone. Big game. They're
on time?
all
Was
big
we
games.
all on time? Was we all on time?
Oh, we want to talk about that?
I was here, mate.
I was here, mate. Yeah, I was here at 5
Me and Marty were here, to be honest.
We're happy. We're all here on time.
I was here at 5 o'clock, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Trying to say?
Nothing. I'm just saying, like, you know. That's it. Why have you gone all defensive? Why have you gone all...
Nothing, I got here on time.
Why have
Just
you gone all
about,
awesome?
but I got here on time.
Okay.
All right, we're all here.
Little manoeuvres, but I got here on time. Legal manoeuvres, by the way.
Fair enough.
But I got here.
Well done.
All right, lads, we've got 10 minutes before the team comes out. Let's just quickly get straight into it. A lot of people saying rotate today. I'm saying rotate, but I wouldn't go as far as some people are saying. I wouldn't personally. I'll just run through what I would do. I wouldn't bring Ben White in. I play Timber. I'm seeing people say start Norgard. I wouldn't do that in midfield. I would personally play 2 attacking midfielders. I play Odegaard and Eze in midfield, along with either Zubamendi or Rice sitting. I play Saka. I'd start Gyökeres, and if Trossard's fit, I'd start him on the left. Marty, coming to you. What would you do? Run us through your team. We've got about 9 minutes.
Look, I understand the rotation. I'd just go and win the game after the draw against Chelsea. If you don't follow this result up with a win, there's going to be some issues. You really need to capitalise. We're at home. If anything, you know, listen, I understand we've got Villa not looking too far ahead. You've got to think about that on Saturday, but you've got to go and win this game. You've got to go. I'd rather go and put it to bed earlier with a more of a full strength side than messing around and then trying to scramble at the end of it, because we need to get these points on the board. There's enough players in our squad and our team. I'll go with Hincapié at the left. Obviously, you're going to leave out Mascara. Then I'd play Rice and Zubamendi. Don't forget, Zubamendi only played half of a game of football essentially on Sunday.
Calafiori did as well.
Yeah, listen, I would, if I'm honest with you, I would start Miles Lewis-Skelly. That's probably the only change I would make, because you need Calafiori for Aston Villa on Saturday. And then, yeah, Rice Zubamendi, I play Eze. I think he had a bad game, if I'm honest with you, on Sunday, but he, you know, I think this is a perfect game for him. And then Saka, Martinelli and Gyökeres. Gyökeres, be a great game for him to find his feet. You know, listen, Brentford haven't been that good away from home, but at home they've been good. So, you know, it makes for a very interesting tie tonight.
Yeah, fair enough. People saying in the chat that Robbie's mic isn't working. Production, if we could just check that. It is, yeah?
Thank you.
All right, come to you then, Rob.
Absolute strongest team.
Completely agree.
For me, you know what I mean? Absolute strongest team. We drew on the weekend, whether you want to look on it, it's Chelsea or whatever, we need to win tonight.
Yeah.
So we got to look what's in front of us. City won last night. Absolute strongest team. Timber starts for me. I would start Gyökeres. The only player I'd probably bring in would be Gyökeres. And like you said, if Trossard's fit, I'm bringing him in. But for me, absolute strongest team. Unless someone's injured, unless there is a need to rotate. If Saliba's fit, I'll bring him back as well. You know, so for me, This is a game we have to win. We can't take any of these games for granted, you know. And then after this game's finished, we look what we got for Saturday, and then after that, you rest players for that Bruges game. That's where, to me, you do the rotation ahead of the busy Christmas period that's coming up. Yeah. That's what I do.
I completely agree. If we were to change players tonight, say Ben White came in or Norgard came in and we dropped points, it'd be catastrophic. Can't drop points tonight, especially City winning yesterday. Especially, it's a 2-point gap now.
Yeah, especially if you drop points tonight, then you're going into a really tough game when all of a sudden you have to win.
Yeah.
Nah, to me, unless someone's, it's red zone or whatever and everything, what do you think?
Well, what's the squad for?
Yeah, that's what the squad's for. But I think tonight...
we had a good squad.
We've got a great squad.
So then use it.
And we're already using it.
Use it.
We're using it already. We're using it because you're having to play Nkapia and you're having to play, Mosquera.
And tonight.
And you're using it because you're rotating out probably... what we're suggesting is rotating out Marino and bringing in Gyökeres. So that is being used.
Yeah, okay.
But wholesale changes, no.
I'm not saying wholesale. I like the idea of playing Odegaard and Eze in midfield, but then who are you leaving out, Rice or Zubamendi?
Rice has got to play.
Tonight, you know what I mean?
Rice has got to play, Zubamendi's got to play, and I wouldn't play both of those. I'll play Eze.
I'd rather Rice play on Saturday than today. That's
Why can't he play both?
Because I think he's gone 3 games, 90 minutes, and it's been.
He did that the other day. He was playing for England.
Yeah, but you got like Villa. This is a tough game. I'll make a few changes. I'll bring Ben White in. I'll keep the same back two. I wouldn't risk Saliba today. I'd play Calafiori.
Definitely.
Odegaard comes in for me today. I would play Rice and Zubamendi in now.
But you play Ben White?
Yeah, I would play Ben White today. I think Timber needs a rest. And Timber's, for me, it's a massive, tough game on Saturday against Villa, and Ben White needs games.
If anything happens this game tonight, then Villa means nothing. Well, not nothing, but
I'll play Gyökeres, SAKA. I'll still play SAKA, and I'm with you on Trossard. So it's still a strong side, and that is still good enough to beat Brentford. And I do think Brentford will make up changes as well today.
But if we rotated those players and we didn't win, that's what's going through my mind.
That's on us. That's on the team then, isn't it?
But then if you had the players that were good enough to start, if Timber's what
happens if you play all these players and we lose against Villa and you turn around and go, oh well, there was all a little bit jaded, which we said they were against Chelsea. You've got to.
But then there's 2 ways to look at it, right? Because what you're saying, if we were to play those players and win tonight, and then they were tired against Villa and we lost or drew. What if we didn't play them and we drew or lost tonight, and then we were to have them fit for Villa? Then we're going to go, oh shit, we should have started them against.
You turn round. I've seen you on that camera, just around about that area there, saying that Arsenal are the best team in the world, right? Prove it. Prove it tonight by playing a couple of players and all that. Like, trust the squad.
Yeah, but I think I'm with.
You're not trusting the squad.
No, I am trusting the squad, but I believe
you're not trusting Ben White.
Huh? I am trusting Ben White, but I just feel that
When are you going to play Ben White?
No, but I'm in agreement with what he's saying. Is that you put out your strongest team tonight, get the result done. Hopefully you go and quite early on in the game, say for instance, and listen, I'm not taking Brentford for granted at all. But let's say we was a couple up, then you can get Timber off early, bring on a Ben White. But for me, this game in front of us after we drew at the weekend is an absolute must win game, right? And we don't want to be going in with no other draw or no loss. We've got to make sure we put this game at home to bed, right? And then we look at Villa at the weekend. And where I trust the squad is that if, say, Timber was out, I trust Ben White to come in a game like that.
He has done it against Nottingham Forest. He left out Rice that day. Do you remember?
Listen, he might do what you say, but I'm just saying you're asking what we do.
There's no right or wrong, is there? But I'm in the camp of trusting my squad. This is what we got this squad for. I don't know what I could be honest. What's Norgard doing at this club? What's he doing here? When's he going to get a game?
Well, he's there just in case.
In what?
If Rice was to get injured or Zubimendi was to get injured, that's when he would come in. But you play your best players.
Exactly. So
It's his squad, isn't it? What's that guy Endo doing? What's that guy Endo doing at Liverpool?
Why not,
I mean, you got to wait.
why not play him against the Brentfords and the Brightons? And, not the Brightons, the Crystal Palace when we've got the cup games in the Brew. I want to see these squad players. I want to see playing.
I get what you're saying. If we were to rotate tonight and we were to win the game and then we got players fresh, I would say I'm glad we did that. But I'm just worried. I'm worried. City are breathing down our necks. Yeah, Chelsea are in a good vein of form. If we were to drop points,
we don't do the job on Sunday against 10 men Chelsea. That's what's put us under the pressure tonight. If we do the job properly,
we would have been under. Even if we'd have won that game against Chelsea,
we dropped
still
points.
pressure.
Last two away games, we dropped 4 points.
Even if we won the game on Saturday, Sunday, I'd still be saying to go strong.
Yeah,
it's an important game.
I don't know.
I would as well.
I would.
I would as well.
Listen, to me,
don't believe you.
Listen, I said from I said from last week, right? Time to really rest players is Bruges. That's when you say to man, take a week off. Right now, I want to see our strongest players out. We've got enough changes to the team as it is with the 2 centre halves missing. Those are 2 important positions, right? We saw that combination have to play for the first time.
I see they trained hard yesterday. Did you see that? Marino with his boots off and worked.
Yeah, shorts up. A couple of super chats before the team comes out.
Because, sorry.
It's all right. John Deju1 says, surely you rest Saka, Rice and Timber since Brentford have 3 away points. Otherwise, they're going to Villa after starting 4 games in 10 days.
Seen a lot of games, yeah.
Players have got to play,
last night, Fulham coming from 5-1 down to bring it back to 5-4. At the weekend, Leeds against, you'd expect Man City to pump them. Leeds, giving them a real tough game, then winning in the last minute. Last night, Tottenham, who've hardly, been on awful form at the moment, getting a draw at Newcastle. I'm looking at it, I'm like, I ain't taking nothing for granted tonight. I want to go out there with our strongest side that we can put out and put this game to bed. Then we deal with Villa. That's how I'm looking at it.
I look at it also, look, Chelsea, when they played Burnley, they made a load of changes away from home at Burnley.
That was straight after the international break.
And then, when they come to the game against us on Sunday, they were fresher, hungrier.
Very true, but they didn't win it, did they? So even for them,
I think honestly, Robbie,
that was a must-win game for them.
Villa is going to be a tough game. Really is. I don't think people realise how tough. I don't think we beat Villa.
Come back to the super
we beat
chats.
Villa last year.
Come back to super chats in a sec. The team should be out.
We did beat Villa last year. I think you're forgetting. We beat Villa last year at Villa Park.
And the year before.
The year before it was a draw.
Right,
we lost.
Team's out.
Come on in.
Raya in goal. Ben White.
Thank you, Mikel. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mosquera, Hincapié, Calafiori.
Thank you. That's exactly what I've said.
Right.
Come on, don't let me down.
Declan Rice, Zubimendi.
You didn't want Rice in there.
Martin Odegaard.
That's exactly what I want.
Madueke on the right.
Oh!
Martinelli on the left. Mikel Merino.
That's a lot of changes.
On the bench is Kepa, Timber, Lewis Skelly, Norgard, Ethan Wanieri, Eze, Saka, Jesus and Gyökeres.
Oh,
Jesus on there again.
That's a gamble.
That's a lot of changes.
Stronger up top.
That's a lot of changes.
I went stronger up top.
Madueke for Saka.
Well, what you said. He's trusted the squad.
Odegaard in for Eze. Ben White in for Timber. Marty, you happy with that team?
I'm not.
Yeah, listen,
So Eze's been dropped.
You can say
rotated.
No, I think he's been brutally.
Because I think he could have come in and it could have put him in there.
Well, I think it's rotated.
We all know Odegaard is Arteta's guy. When Odegaard's fit, he starts
playing
in this
game,
team. The only way, I agree. The only way Eze was playing in this game is if he rested either Rice or Zubimendi, or he put Eze out wide on the left, which I don't think he likes doing. If Martinelli or Trossard's fit, I think they start over Eze on the left.
I think what he's done is done what you asked him. He's trusted the squad because that's a lot of changes, man.
Well, Madueke in place of Saka is a big call for me. Who's captain today? Declan?
Maybe Odegaard, isn't it?
Oh, Odegaard, yeah, of course.
Marty, you happy?
No, he's not. His mate Eze ain't playing.
No, listen, I'm happy with the side. Is it the strongest side we could go out with? No, it ain't. But it's a side that can do the job. Like, Lee said, trust in your squad, and he's certainly trusting his squad. I think it's a big call, definitely to bring Madueke in. And it'll be nice to see him come on and do some damage. I like that we've got Rice and Zubimendi in there. I think for me that adds a bit of strength and a lot of structure to the team, and it would be good for Mosquera and Hincapié to to get some more game time together and see if they can sort of start to forge this centre-back partnership. It's interesting Calafiori's playing. I definitely thought he would rest him.
Well, he only played a half, didn't he?
Yeah, I thought he'd
I know, but he'll usually play him at the weekend in the Premier League, and I suppose this is Premier League, and then he'll rest him at the weekend.
Yeah, and if he had left him out, that would have been a complete change back.
Way too many times.
I mean, you know.
In my opinion, that's a few too many changes already.
Where are you saying that?
I'm just
more
saying.
Up front, I'm thinking. I honestly thought Gyökeres would play.
No, but even the defence, Lee, a couple of weeks ago, that would be Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori. Now it's 3 out of 4 of one of the best defences, our strongest defences. Is all changed.
So you ain't got a choice on.
No, I understand Saliba and Gabriel, obviously, but I would have kept Timber in there.
And you've got the physical. Listen, not that these guys they can handle the physicality. We saw that at the weekend, right? Because that's what the game was. But you know, you got Igor Thiago is their big battering ram guy up front.
Is he playing?
And
Yeah, let me get the Brentford team up.
You got the long throws for them to cope with,
Yeah,
which is another thing too. You know, and then it sort of negates us a bit on the set pieces. Because again, Timber has been getting a few goals on them set pieces in the absence of, you know, both Saliba and Gabriel.
Ben White's all right.
So Ben White's all right on them. But
Yeah,
I've not seen him score a set piece goal for a long time.
And I think
'cause
he
he ain't played,
also,
Rob.
he also needs to have a big game.
Yeah.
You know, he needs to have a game where
needs to have he
we
needs to
see
have
him
minutes.
somewhat back to his best. A few nice cameos, came on against Bayern, looked all right. Before that, I haven't seen him anywhere near back to his best. I've got to be completely honest. I love
needs
Ben
minutes.
White.
He needs minutes, and
does.
and listen, we're going to go into a period now where I think we're playing every midweek game now to the end of January. So are a lot of other teams, and this is where your squad is going to be beneficial to us, and that's why you've got to get them up and running. And I think Ben White is way behind the Black Ball as far as fitness is concerned, and he needs to get games.
It'd be interesting seeing him.
Plays in Bruges next week. That's going to get him up closer to his fitness levels.
What I'd say is up front.
That's a gamble.
You're taking a couple of within that team. You've taken a couple of goal scorers out of the team. So you've taken Eze out, who scored a hat-trick against Tottenham, and you know who can assist and stuff like that. You've taken him out, and you've taken Saka out. Those are two players that have been quite key. You know, so listen, the guys who've come in Odegaard and Madueke, they're going to need to have good games tonight.
100%.
Listen,
And if they don't, it's on them.
Odegaard looked very sharp when he came on, although he did misplace a few passes, but he did look really sharp and was buzzing around, and he'll be really enthusiastic to play. So I'm not completely against that. I was saying Eze, just because he scored a lot of important goals recently, especially at home. But listen, you said trust the squad.
Yeah,
and he's trusting the squad.
Front three, by the way.
He's trusting the squad.
It's a risk.
That wasn't my front three. My front three was Saka, Gyökeres, and Trossard.
Is Trossard on the bench, by the way?
I don't think
he is, is it? You said
So
Jesus.
what was the bench again? Sorry, Christian.
Can I just get these super chats in, and then I'll read the Arsenal team and the Brentford team. Idris B says, really want to see Eze and Odegaard start together. We've seen the team now, they're not starting together.
Not finished though.
Bear with me a sec, just got to scroll through this chat. CKE91 says, the win is all that matters. Hope Eze comes on at left wing with Odegaard in the 10. If Ethan doesn't get more than 10 minutes, it's a problem. All right, let me get the Arsenal team up again. Give me a sec. Here we are, starting 11. You're on the bench. We've got Kepa, Timber, Lewis Skelly, Norgard, Ethan Wanieri, Eze, Saka, Jesus, Gyökeres. So no Saliba or Trossard.
Yeah, so he's not.
It's a matter of days. I guess it's probably the smart thing to do. If you can get through this, bring them both back for Villa.
Yeah, interesting.
That makes more sense.
Interestingly, I'm looking at the Brentford team. They've made a change, right? Because no Igor Thiago.
Yep.
He's on the bench. That's a surprise.
Is he on the bench?
Yeah, they've their teams: Rico Henry, Janot, Jensen, Coyote, Kelleher. Obviously, Kelleher's in goal. Ouattara, Pinnock. So that's a change. Sade, Ajer, Yarmouk, and Van der Berg. That suggests quite a very defensive team.
It is 3-5-2.
But Damsgaard, they've rested a lot of players as well. Damsgaard's on the bench. Lewis Potter's on the bench. Igor Thiago. Nathan Collins on the bench as well.
Arguably their two best players, Thiago and Damsgaard.
And Henderson.
Jordan Henderson,
he's been unreal from this season.
Where's Henderson?
Jordan Henderson's on the bench as well. So they've actually made
as many changes.
Do you think these guys speak to each other the same?
Well, do you think that they've looked at it, Brentford, and thought the bigger games at the weekend.
Spurs.
Yeah.
The thing is
They've
about
got
it.
Spurs at the weekend. I think they've looked at that and gone, that's
We
the
can
bigger
win
game.
that one, whereas Arsenal at the Emirates probably got no chance.
I think Brentford also looking at it and thinking, right, out of the two, because that's the good thing actually about at the moment is that all teams are facing the same dilemma.
Yeah.
It ain't like we've got a Champions League game and they ain't or something, right? All teams are facing the dilemma that you've got a game on Wednesday, game on Saturday. So they're probably looking at it and thinking, right, winning at Arsenal, really, really tough. Not that we ain't going to have a go, but winning at home is what we've been doing. We've been winning at home. We've been brilliant at home. So main guys fresh for that home game against Tottenham. It ain't just...
They're away against Tottenham.
Away against Tottenham.
And then they're at home against Leeds.
So
after
I was
that.
speaking to Billy to be on box to box, and he said he sees this game as a bit of a free hit. Not expected to come here and win. Arsenal are amazing at home, and the game against Tottenham is a lot easier to win. So
it's a lot of changes, though, isn't it?
I mean, it is.
I'm surprised at them because, like you said, Damsgaard, Igor Thiago, and Jordan Henderson, three
midfield
key players. Two of them in midfield and one up front in. You know, Igor Thiago's, I think he's the second top goal scorer in the league.
Yeah, he is.
Surprised to see him on the bench.
Yeah.
He's been carrying a little knock or something, though, they were saying, weren't they?
Okay.
So
Makes sense.
Well, that's good news for us that he's on the bench because he's been really, really good. I'm surprised that Damsgaard's on the bench because I've watched that guy play this season and I've been like so impressed with him, saying that I think he could play at a really higher level. He's a very, very good player.
Yeah, Henderson's also been great for them.
And Henderson's also been their engine.
Been a very good season. Henry Couch says Jesus come on left wing. I want to see Jesus. I was a little bit sad we didn't see him against Chelsea. I thought he could have had 5-10 minutes.
I thought that when Jesus was sort of on the bench, it was just sort of a thing like, just feel the fact that you're back kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you're never ever going to get on. But the fact that he's on the bench again tonight, maybe we could, depending on how the game's going, you could see him.
Could see him. Marty, do you think it's too many changes in attack? Madueke on the right. That whole right-hand side now. Ben White, obviously, we know how good he is at linking up with Bukayo Saka.
Yeah.
It's going to have Madueke in front of him.
Well, let's see. It's going to be interesting that he still goes in favour with Mourinho as well. Which
Yeah, so
I'm
the
surprised
Gyökeres.
by that, guys.
I am as well.
Really
I thought he would have given Gyökeres a bit of game time to sort of hopefully bed him in and get him back
Mourinho's
from the
been
injury.
Main goal scorers right now.
It's harsh on Mourinho, but
Do you know what the thing is with Mourinho? Touchwood as well. He never seems to be injured. I remember when he came to the club, he got injured with that. But since then, he's just been like he's an available player.
Yeah.
But very important. Obviously, he always comes up with important goals. He's a big part of the team, and yeah, look, I get it, and he'll probably end up scoring a couple of goals tonight.
What I'd say is that Ben White has to be on it as well tonight because the one thing about Brentford, they're very good on the counter attack. Players like Sharda, quick, Ouattara, quick, tricky. Those are two very good players, and they've been excellent on the counter attack this season. So he's going to have to watch those closely.
100%. STV says Miles Lewis-Skelly should have started. Calafiori, 1 yellow equals suspended. Was there an argument for bringing in Miles Lewis-Skelly tonight?
I see that the other day. Like, listen, you've got to trust your players, haven't you? Like, Ricky knows that he's on a booking, and if he misses Aston Villa, I think the next game after that is against Wolves. Get yourself booked against Villa, but don't get yourself booked tonight. You've got to be these players. I think the players let us down a little bit, like with their game management. Calafiori was one of them stupid booking. You know what I mean? When you know the ref's not very good on Sunday, it's a silly little booking, don't do nothing silly today.
I think he was the only one, though, Lee. I think the others, right? You could argue they've done well, right? That referee,
awful,
was dreadful. For both sides, but in particularly for us, because I watched back that game. The physicality was ridiculous.
Yeah. How many players Chelsea get booked?
Was it 2?
1.
1.
Yeah.
What do we get? 6?
It was only, and that was only Cucurella.
I think Cucurella could have been sent off twice, couldn't he? And Caicedo could have been sent off twice.
The way he should have been booked. Pushed over Mourinho.
Yeah, he should have had a booking. Cucurella could have had a few.
Could have been sent off.
Enzo Fernandez, like all of them, they were all wading in with the. This is the new thing now. Everybody's like
after that Sunderland game thinking, right, that's the new way to play Arsenal, put the physicality on them.
Yeah.
So we can expect this a lot.
Yeah.
They were overly physical, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Overly,
Lewis Skelly makes
35 minutes of that game.
one tackle he made in that
Yeah.
game. Booked.
Yeah.
Well, remember
Cucurelli made about 8.
remember the one that made me laugh was the Zubimendi one right at the start.
Yeah, that's what ruined it.
Didn't
Ruined
touch
it.
It did. Once you set that precedent of
Yeah.
I'm going to give a yellow card for that, you ruin the game.
Ruin
3
the
yellow
game.
cards in the first 12 minutes.
And I just think as well, the fact that it's Anthony Taylor doing that game, Chelsea fans hate Anthony Taylor. They still blame him for certain cup final games that they've lost and things like that. They hate him. So it was to me like he was overcompensating to, you know, and the 4 minutes added
Oh, I'm
on at
glad
the
you
end
said that.
still burns me.
Oh,
man.
mate.
I saw, look at them, some of them games last night.
8 minutes.
8
Man
minutes.
City.
8 minutes, Man
yeah.
City. When they played against Leeds the other day, it was 10 minutes.
Yeah.
At home.
Listen, you know, I was glad it was 8 or 9 minutes come up yesterday. Well played at Fulham. I thought they give it a real good go if it went off the line. But what I'm saying is there was nowhere near the stoppages that was in our game. And 4 minutes. Where the hell we got 4 minutes from? It is criminal.
Yeah, it was.
And you're mad,
absolutely
just quickly on that City game. At 3-0, you think that game's completely dead and buried. And
5-1, Mark.
No, I know. And you think, but you know, at half time, just before half time, I thought, oh, they're well out of this. There's no way they can come back from this. And then before you know it, and then it goes to, then they pull one back with a Smith Rowe header, and you think, all right. And then it goes to 5-1. You think it's done. Then the comeback's fully on. That's
Honestly,
Premier League football for you.
I'd travelled up to Newcastle by then. Like,
I've done the same. I turned it off at 4-1. I see my brother put in the group chat. He was, oh, this game's crazy. I was like, what? Look on live score, 5-4. What's going on?
I'll tell you what, right? I'm looking at this morning. I was looking at Arsenal's run of games over this up until Christmas and just beyond it, and they're not easy. You know, there's some tough games in there. Villa away, Everton away. But let me tell you something. If Arsenal can navigate some of these games for Christmas, get some really positive results, we've got a great chance of this league. Because in the new year, right, you look at a lot of, even most of the hardest games we've got are at home. You know, so we've got Chelsea at home, we've got Liverpool at home, we've got Man United at home. You know, there's a real chance next year. Especially when you start to even look at, towards the end of the season, the games that we have, there's a lot of winnable games there.
Yeah.
This is a very important period for Arsenal, for us to do well in and set that sort of foundation going into the new year. Because in the new year, then the hardest away games is Man City away, Spurs away. And the way Spurs are playing at the moment, I'd expect them probably to pick up. But, you know, is that even a hard game? You know, apart from it being a derby. But this is a little period where there are games within this period that they're tough. But I then looked at them and I said, right, what did we do in those games last year? I don't think we actually lost any of them.
We drew against Brentford last season, didn't we?
At home we did, yeah. But I think that was going into a Champions League game where, you know, I think we kind of give it up on the then. But I think...
We beat Villa away last year.
Yeah, we beat Villa away last year.
Got Forest away in it.
Yeah, what did we do
Aston
against
Villa
Everton away
away.
last year? Did we
won
drew?
one.
Everton away.
Everton away
didn't
last
we?
year. Was that a draw? Or did we...
I can't remember Everton away last year.
Yeah, and was it 1-1, wasn't it?
I think it might be a draw. I was just looking at, you know, just out of, listen, it's never to say you can't compare it strictly, but if I just look at the games, sorry to sort of digress a bit, it was just because I was looking at it this morning.
I don't think there's any gimmies.
It's never there's no gimmies.
Wolves at home, you would look at it on the paper and say that, but the others are all tough. Brighton at home's tough.
Yeah, so...
Every game's tough, 100%.
Let me see if I can get them, sorry.
And we do the super chat while you find those.
It's 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
Trossard.
I believe
What was that,
it was Trossard and
was Trossard,
Ndiaye
yeah.
scored for them. It was a penalty.
Yeah.
Dodgy penalty, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I remember.
just before you get a super chat, so just
Yeah, go
looking
on.
at it quickly. So Villa away last year, we did actually win that.
Yeah.
Wolves at home, we won that. That's one of the games we got. We've got to go Everton away, you guys said we drew that. Brighton at home, we won that, didn't we? Or was that a draw? That was a draw the season
draw
before.
2-2. Last season, Declan Rice got sent off.
Was that last year or the year
1-1.
before?
It was 1-1. It was the start of the season. Declan Rice
That
got sent
last
off.
year?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, okay. That
Was
was
it 1-1 or 2?
1-1, start of the season.
that was a draw.
2-2. Aren't we?
1-1.
Then Villa away. Villa at home, we lost last year, innit?
No, we beat them last year.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, the year before we
Year
lost
before,
it.
yeah, we lost
Beat them
it, yeah.
last year. Then Bournemouth away, we lost that last year. We was down at 10 men.
Yeah, so
That's
later.
the 3rd of January. So
Winnable games for sure.
those are winnable games. They're not easy games, but they're winnable games. And if we can get through that period,
Yeah.
you know, as I said, yes, you play a lot of the teams again, but a lot of them really tough games against the really big rivals are at home.
Yeah.
We've got a chance, man. We've just got to really just
100%.
weather this period.
And looking around the league, I want to ask you, after I do super chats, I want to ask you guys a question as well. John Deju1 says, thank God he rested Saka and Timber, especially after Brentford also resting players. Would have started Gyökeres up front and Marino for Rice in midfield though. And we've got another one from Sets69 says, we are conflating rugby football with physicality. Don't really know what that means, but thank you for the super chat.
Maybe he's saying it.
Appreciate it. Right. Obviously, we've played City, we've played Liverpool away now. We've played City. We've played Chelsea away. We've played Spurs.
Newcastle.
We played Newcastle
Newcastle
away.
away.
But just
Sunderland away
the
as
big
well.
teams, the teams going for the title. I'm interested from all three of you. Who do you see as our main title rivals now? Because I watched Man City this week. Right, they were 2-0 up at home against Leeds. They throw away the lead, come back to 2-2, then Foden scores the winner. Last night, they're 5-1 up against Fulham. Come back to 4-4. King has a massive chance. Vardy off the line, could have drawn that. Chelsea obviously been impressive in recent weeks. You know, they beat Barcelona in the Champions League, played very well against us. A lot of players back. Reece James, top form. Caicedo now going to miss 3 games. Out of those, I guess it's those two teams. I don't think Liverpool are in it.
Why are Liverpool not in it?
I just think they're a little bit too far behind.
So I'm not. Look, until we get over the line, I think Arsenal, in my opinion, you know, if there's a little bit of pressure on, we could, as we have done in the past, not be able to handle it. So I don't think any of them are out of it at this moment in time. I really don't. The pressure I felt. Listen, I was so disappointed on Sunday because that was an opportunity given to us by Chelsea, by their stupidity. We didn't take it. The Sunderland game, nearly over the line, didn't happen. Like, you know, we played the 3 teams this season that are chasing us or the title contenders. I don't think we've not beaten either, none of them. We've lost to Liverpool, drawn at home to City, and drawn to Chelsea now. So we need to get some big results in, and I'm looking at Saturday as one of them. You know, like I think that's got to be a real pressure cooker game for us. We've got to come through that. I don't see none of them out of it this moment in time. Maybe if Arsenal had won the title in these 3 years, I would have been a little bit more confident. But we've not proved that we can get over the line yet. So until we do, they're all in it.
Rob?
Yeah, I think Liverpool too far back, man. I still think Liverpool will go on a run. They'll be in and around the top 4. But I think to be 9 points back, and it's not just 9 points back, you're then 7 off of City as well. You got to get past a lot of teams to get in there. So I don't think the main threat's going to come from Liverpool. I do think it's going to be City and Chelsea. And out of those two, I think it's City again that's the main threat because they've got Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
They've got Pep Guardiola. Those are the 2 guys that, you know, we have to fear because one's got the experience of doing it time and time again in Pep Guardiola, and the other one is one of the best goal scorers we've ever seen in this league, right? That can always, even when you're not playing well, get you a win in a game, right? So they're going to be, for me, they're going to be the danger out of the 2. Chelsea, I remember last year, they were doing well around this period as well, and then they got to the Christmas period and they fell apart. I'm not saying they're going to do that again this year, but I don't know, their ill discipline has been on show this season. We saw that with us last year, how that cost us. Yeah. And they got a young team. I still see Chelsea as a team that can drop points. You know what I mean? You could still see a Chelsea going to, I don't know, a Palace or something like that, or I don't know if they played them yet, and dropping points, you know what I mean? Like,
you know what,
whereas
Chelsea,
City are a more consistent team because of Pep, where he's just not going to allow them to lose them amount of games. But when you look at City yesterday and they're defending, and on Saturday, you think to yourself, they can be got at.
Yeah, of course.
And teams do start to look at, I think what's happening with us is a lot of teams are approaching us and saying, well, you know, it's just sold out for a point. Like, it's, you know, whereas with City, a lot of teams are actually looking and thinking, actually, reckon I could get something here. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. And I do think excuse me, whilst I agree with you, Lee, you know, because we haven't done it, we haven't won the league over the past 3 seasons when we've been close. But I do think we've learnt from that. I do think that this team this year is a lot calmer. Even on the weekend, even though we didn't get that win, what I did see though is them not going crazy, like not reacting or overreacting to what Chelsea's tactics were. Because when I watched that game back, they were obviously, right, let's really get under their skin, wind them up, maybe get one of their players sent off, or, you know. Whilst we slightly did, we didn't. I think maybe last season or even the season before, would have been more us reacting to that. And I still think as well, when I look at Arsenal, the squad is good, man. Like, we went to Chelsea, none of the centre halves that, you know, first time we've been without the 2 main guys for over 3 seasons, or whilst we didn't win, we were able to cope with that. We've been coping with a lot of injuries all season. That squad, when we talk about the squad, that squad has literally been in full effect all season. It's not been. When have we had a game when it's like, who do we
I can't
pick?
remember the last time.
Like, is everyone's available?
It's probably about 4 years ago.
Crazy.
Havertz is again. They're saying another 3 weeks now. Like, you know, I mean, he was close to being in the team, and then a week ago, wasn't he? And now it's 3 weeks.
Yeah.
If those players, and it's a big if, we don't, you know, we know with us and injuries, man. But if they could get a load of those players back and fit for the new year, get through this period and have those, we got a good chance.
You know what, as well, on Chelsea, I gave them a lot of respect during the game, after the game, and I said they played well. One of the best teams to come up against, especially considering it went down to 10 men. But the reaction I've seen from their fans is like they beat us. Genuinely, it feels like they beat us. The reaction I've seen from some of their fans online.
Off for last year.
Yeah,
when
for
we
against
played
Man City.
Yeah.
100%.
You know, we held out for a draw against,
and it's like,
you know.
yeah,
So-
against Man City,
It's a
away.
great point for them. I will say that.
Yeah.
I think they should be happy about it, like, because I know when we played Man City last, I was
happy.
well
And
happy with that.
But that's to me. I said that the other day. I go, they are carrying on like they won the game. They are. That was how we carried on against City, so we understand it. The only reason we're having a go at them is not because of their reaction. That's a natural reaction. It's just because you had a go at us for doing the same thing.
Yeah. And the
I
difference
understand
is,
why. I understand. I was at that game at City. I thought when we went down to 10 men, I was like, that's it. That's over. We're getting smashed.
we were also
And
away against City. They were at home.
They were at home, yeah.
And they were giving it large before the game. Look, Chelsea looked good, but I also had to remind them, a couple of weeks ago, they drew against Karabakh in the Champions League.
Yeah,
they lost against Sunderland at home. Like, at home, we've been very, very good this season.
That's why I don't think Chelsea can sustain it. I'd be surprised if they could sustain it.
Yeah.
But City, on the other hand, with Pep, you know what I mean? That's another matter.
They have a big
Because-
squad, Chelsea, though. I think they have got a lot of options in there, so probably more than Man City, if I'll be honest.
But you know what Man City will do in January? They're going to
I don't
drop
think they
200
have.
million.
Do you think they've got
they've got
better options than City?
I don't know about. They've got some. Like, you have a look at the midfield players that they can bring in today. Like, you know, they're bringing on the wide players that they've got that they can.
About defence, though.
Yeah, a little defensive
And then-
is a little bit short of, but this is Chelsea and January's just round the corner, like, you know what I mean, and they're probably going big, you know.
Manchester City 100% will.
But
I think Manchester City will as well, yeah.
Of course they
I
will.
agree.
They'll sign a right back.
Thing is about it, right? Even going in big in January doesn't guarantee.
No, it
those
don't.
players have got to take a little while to get. You know,
Yeah.
It's better to have it in place from early. You know, so
For sure. A couple of super chats. Frankfurt, Germany says, what's the point in having a big squad when Arteta has no clue how to rotate? Ruined our centre-backs now.
sent that too soon.
Rice. No, he sent this after the team came out. Rice and Timber next. Same crap every season. Well, have a look at the team. We have read it out, and he has rotated. Thank you for the super chat. Got another one here from Cody Ellis, New York Gooner. Says, come on, you Gunners. New York Gooner 716. Appreciate that, Cody. Ego Friendly says, benching Eze for Odegaard is a diabolical move. Look, Odegaard, we knew at one point when he was fit, he was coming back into this team. Whether he played with Eze or Eze was on the bench, it was
always
going to
come
happen.
back. Odegaard will play against Villa as well.
Yeah, he will.
I don't care what anybody says, whether Eze plays on the left or don't play at all. Look, Odegaard's his man.
Yeah.
So whether you like that or not, that's going to happen, like, you know. Listen, and I think we're all pretty, we know about football, we're all in that. We'd all love to give Declan and Rice a rest. I think Arteta's in the same boat, but we've all turned around and said, Declan Rice got to play today, like, you know. So it's all right saying, oh, we got leave Rice out and all that, like. But we're all sort of here saying, oh, I'm not sure about it. You know, and when Rice was left out against Nottingham Forest, I remember people going, "Oh, how comes he left you?" It's a big call to leave him out. And I'm one that, where we've rotated, he's the one player I don't think we can leave out. That's my, and I know
I agree.
We're gambling a little bit with that, but that's how I feel about it.
Yeah. Midfield 1988 says, keep up the good content, guys. I'm buzzing because I got tickets for my first home game against Liverpool. Great from the Netherlands.
Ticket to get.
Enjoy the game, mate. Hopefully we win that one.
What a game to get tickets for.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. That's a Thursday, isn't it? I think that's a Thursday night, is it?
Yeah.
I think so.
In January.
January the 8th or 9th. Oh, I'm sure. I think it's a Thursday.
AMT 7386 says, against Man City last season, we were leading 2-1. Yeah, we were, away from home. And then Chelsea went 1-0 up against us. They were leading against us. It's a very similar situation. Terry Abbott 4146 says, we've already played 6 out of 10 of our hardest away games with so many players out. Chelsea have played 2.
Yeah, that's what I mean. A lot of those teams as well, they've got quite a lot of... I think City also have quite a few tough away days still to come against the big guys.
Yeah.
I mean, they've played us. They've also got to go to Stamford Bridge as well, haven't they?
They have.
Yeah. I think they've got to go to Anfield.
Yeah, because they beat Liverpool at home, didn't they?
And I think they've got to go to United.
No, they played United, Chelsea. They beat them, didn't they?
Did they play United?
No, they lost. They lost to
Old
United. They had the
Old
players. The
Trafford.
goalkeeper got sent off and lost, didn't they?
Yeah.
So they've been there. So they've not been to City yet, have they?
Who are you talking like?
Chelsea. I don't think they've been to City.
I don't think they've been to City yet. No.
A lot of big games.
I don't think
coming
they've
up.
been to Anfield yet, have they?
No, and I don't think they've been to Villa yet.
And then with
And they've
City,
not been to the Emirates.
Haven't been to Newcastle
No.
either, Chelsea, have they?
They've been to Spurs.
Yeah, they battered them. 1-0, but still battered them. All right, let's get some score predictions and then we'll wrap. Marty, coming to you
3-1.
first.
3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I think we'll get the job done. It will be. I don't think it'll be an amazing game of football, but it's going to be tough. They're going to be physical. Like it's been highlighted, they love a long throw. So listen, it's going to be an interesting game of football. I'm looking forward to it.
I am as well.
Another Premier League game under the lights at the Emirates on a Wednesday night. Let's go.
Nice. Frankfurt, quick super chat, and then we'll get Robin Lee's predictions. Frankfurt, Germany again says, why play them when the game's won after being 4-1 up? Timber's only rested today. Then it's out of no option. Take them out early, save the legs, rotate for the Champions League.
well, he's rotated today.
I know what he's saying, because there are a lot of people that have said, like, did Declan Rice have to finish that game against Spurs? He could have took him off a little bit earlier. But listen, you know, you're playing Spurs, you know what I mean? Like, you want to beat them by more than 4-1 at the end of the day. You want to beat them 6 or 7. I don't necessarily disagree with that. Like, listen, the time to criticise Arteta about Declan Rice is if he's on the team sheet against Bruges. That's when I will say, hold on a minute, what's going on? But at this moment in time, I think you've got to just play him tonight. If we're winning comfortably, get him off. If we're not, have Thursday and Friday rest, and then you go again Saturday and then have a break, you know. But
you know the thing about those Champions League games that people don't think about? You get, I think it's €2.5 million for each Champions League game you win. That's a real...
I'll take that.
They want teams playing their strongest team.
Yeah, of course, and I get that, you know what I mean? But listen, you know, you've got to think of the bigger picture. Like, you know, we're going for a title, and we got... So I'm not saying rest everybody that game. We're just saying Declan Rice.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah, I'd rest Declan Rice for that Bruges game for sure.
And the game against Palace. Even though I want to win that cup, I wouldn't play him against Palace.
Perfect game for Jesus. He saw that draw. He was like, I'm fit, I'm fit for that game. Hat-trick last year. Rob, score prediction.
You're feeling all right?
No, I've got a bad cold today, man.
And here, Robbie,
I fancy
Giving it to us.
I fancy a 3-1 to Arsenal as well. I said that from
3-1?
the other day, but now that I've seen the Brentford team and they've left out quite a few players, I'm feeling more confident that we can do that. Big game for Madueke today. I think, you know, he can have a lot of joy.
100%.
But yeah, I'm going for that as well.
3-1, same as Martin.
I'm glad he's playing on the right, because I don't really like him.
Yeah.
No, it's been great on the right. Start of the season when SAKA was injured, he was our best attacker. So, yeah, let's see it again. Especially with Ben White behind him. It's going to be interesting to see how them two link up. Lee?
I don't think it's going to be a great game today. I think it's going to be 2-0. So I'm going to stick with me 2-0. I don't think it's going to be an enjoyable watch, but it's all about getting the job done today. That's
Cheers. Looking forward to the game.
yeah, you know, I mean, well, like, you know, I just don't think it is. I think that, you know, they've made changes as well. So I think it's going to be a bit scary. You stay in, like, you know, put your hat on. Mate. Get a bit of lemsip down your life.
Yeah, Rob,
Just-
no, you need to come on and watch
I'll
it
be
with us.
there, mate. I'm as tough as nails. I'll be there, mate. What's this? Think I'm him?
Well, listen,
You know what I mean?
I was
Prawn
wrong.
sandwiches.
Prawn
I thought-
sandwiches, last game up in the, eating lobsters before the
back
game
up
and
there
stuff.
tonight, Lee?
Not even prawn
No,
sandwich.
no, I'm back in my normal seat tonight.
Yeah, not even
Nice.
prawn sandwich, lobster. Is what he was eating.
No, I had, no, I don't like
It's a level above.
you know.
All right, one more super chat from Akin Jai. He says, "Have we thought about the fact that Deck wants to play? Deck wants to play every game. He seems that kind of guy who just gives his all.
Save people from themselves.
Saka
sometimes.
used to do that too. Come on, you
That's what you got a manager for.
100%. All right, guys. Thank you for watching.
Best thing you said.
We're back in about 12 minutes. We're live at 7 for the watch along. Return of Cecil, I believe. Cecil's back after having a baby. Return
Baby
of Cecil. Marty,
It's
thank you very
about
much.
time, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's milked that, and he, by the way, I've just got to say that. He didn't have the baby, did he?
Roy Keane said that.
Did he have a baby?
He didn't have the baby. Has he not had the baby? I think he should be all right. He's not had the baby.
Rob, Lee, as always, thank you for being here. Guys, 12 minutes. We'll be back. We'll see you soon.